So Kathy's having trouble connecting. We do have Tina. So Tina, you want to get us started here while Kathy is getting logged in?
Kathy brings the flag.
Yes, she does. No, and I'm without video today, so I'll get started. I will call the meeting to order at, it looks like 6:03 p.m. I will ask that we all stand for the pledge, and if you do have a flag available, that would be outstanding. Tonight it will be led by Councilmember Jared Simpson.
And I do not have a flag, so.
All right, we'll do the best we can.
We'll do the best we can.
We're doing the pledge, Kathy.
Okay, thank you.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag
to the flag
United
of
States
the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it
and
stands, one nation, under God,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice for all.
I see the flag, and I also see that Kathy joined, so I am off the hook. Kathy, I'll send it over to you.
Gee, thanks. Feel free to keep going. Thanks, guys. Sorry, I had the wrong Zoom meeting up, so too many Zoom meetings to coordinate. Jean, can you call the roll, please?
Yes. Councilman Gary Davis.
Present.
Councilwoman Linda Dvorak.
Present.
Councilman Terry Finelli.
Present.
Supervisor Kathy Menikots.
Present.
Councilman Jared Simpson.
Present.
Okay. We also have, there were written communications which were attached as attachment 1 to the agenda. So if anyone is interested in those, please refer to the agenda attachments. And before we go any further, I'd like to wish a happy birthday to the upcoming birthdays this month from June 15th to July 19th. June 18th, we have Kate Silverstrom Jensen. June 21st, Bob Hilliard. June 23rd, Mark Stryker. July 14th, John Nope. July 14th, Travis Spike. So happy birthday to all of those people. At this point, we have our first privilege of the floor. If anyone would like to be heard, just a reminder that there's a 3-minute time limit, and I will try to give you a warning. Don't take it personally if you're stopped before that 3-minute, at that 3-minute time limit. Sorry, not before that 3-minute time limit. Would anyone like to be heard? Okay. Seeing none, we'll have more opportunities as the evening goes on. No priority business, correct? No presentations. No public hearings continued or new. Okay, we have reports of town officials. Jim Fletcher, Highway, Water.
I submitted my report. Probably the largest thing that the board will make aware of is water consumption has been high with everybody being home, and the use of water has been up. Our pumps have been running just about 24/7 for the past 2 weeks. Last week we had the 98-degree day. We pumped 1.4 million gallons. I had to run both pumps just to keep up with demand. I do have a concern with going forward. I'm not saying there's a drought, but I'll be glad when this water project's completed so that I would rest better at night knowing that we have completed this project and these 2 pumps aren't working their butt off trying to keep everything supplied.
Okay, thank you. Anything else, Jim?
I have nothing else. Is anyone else?
Okay, thank you very much. Pam, assessor's report.
We completed the grievance month, the month of May. Everything went really well. I'm happy to have it over with and move on to other things. Are there any questions?
Okay, I don't know if Ray is here for historian or anyone else. I don't see him. Jean, town clerk.
I have nothing further.
Okay, thank you. Eric, anything from planner?
I submitted my report. We're just busy back here issuing lots of permits and getting lots of applications, really. It's a busy time.
Okay. Doug?
Submitted my report. Nothing to add to that, but good news that the town board knows, but we'll just pass along to the rest of the public. The Ononda Park bill, the transfer of Ononda Park to the town of Canandaigua, did pass the New York State Assembly last week, and now we're hoping to get it through the Senate here very quickly in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully we can make that a reality before the end of the year.
That would be great. Thank you so much for your efforts in that regard. It'd be a nice gift in these troubling times. Supervisor, Deputy Supervisor, there's my report is attached. I don't know if anyone has any questions for me. Just one thing that popped up just today, I don't know if you've all heard, but the governor has approved gatherings of up to 25 people officially as of today. So how that will play out, I guess we have to get some more guidance, but so we may be able to have our meetings, and we'll get more updates on that. Other than that, I have nothing else. Okay, reports of committees, boards, and commissions. Town board committees. Finance. Linda. You're still muted, Linda.
Thank you for the reminder about the muting. Our finance meeting was primarily to review the agenda, and so there's really nothing more to add.
Okay. Planning. Terry.
Just a couple of things. We had a petition submitted last week or 2 weeks ago regarding sewer installation in Grandview Park area. So I talked to Greg Hoteling about dusting off some of the old plans and taking another look. Perhaps we'd have better luck with the county another time around with a low pressure system. We're just going to not spend any money, but just review the whole thing and see how feasible it might be now. The only other item was in conversation with Caitlin. She indicated that the county has, I guess, completed putting together the survey information from the survey they did regarding, waste and what we do with it. And she expected that over the next few weeks or month, there probably would be some, perhaps, guidance starting to come from the county. So I don't really know that much more about it. She was waiting to talk to people at the county this week. So that's it.
All right, thank you.
Excuse me, was that a formal petition signed by a certain number of people in the neighborhood, or was it just an appeal requesting that sewers be put in?
No, it was a formal petition. Doug has it, I think. I can't remember how many people signed it, but it was 15 or 20 people, Doug.
Yeah, I've actually got it sitting right in front of me here that we received it. It came to me by mail. It's addressed to the town manager and the town board. There's about 15 or so different residents in Grandview Park. So.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Chris. For those who don't know, that was Chris Nadler, our town attorney. Nothing else, Terry?
No, not at this time.
Okay, environmental, Jared?
I don't have anything to add other than what was shared in the report about recycling efforts for this past month.
Okay, and special thanks to Caitlin for her presentation and the special thanks she received in her letters. So as always, doing great work. So thank you very much. Ordinance Committee, Gary.
We have our attachment to the minutes or the agenda, and it would explain what we covered during our last meeting.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you. Planning Board, do we have Chuck or anyone from the Planning Board? Don't see anyone. Okay, Zoning Board of Appeals, I don't think so. Anyone's here? Anyone from any other of the boards that would like to speak? Parks and Rec, did I see Mark McNeil on here? No. Or Adeline, did you want to speak on behalf of Parks and Rec? Hearing no voice, I'm going to.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Special Events Committee. Linda, did you want to speak for special events? Is anything going on?
Special Events Committee is pretty dormant with the COVID, so we are, I don't have any updates for that. We're not meeting live and we're not planning any events until we understand the impact and the changes that we'll be able to make.
Okay, anyone from Agriculture or Drainage? All right, next we have privilege of the floor, if anyone would like to be heard. Hearing no one, we'll move on to the resolutions. We have no continued resolutions. New resolutions. Just going to move my screen around a little bit, excuse me. Okay, from Finance, resolution number 2020-127, acceptance of monthly financial reports.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution number 2020-128, acknowledgement and authorization of budget transfers by town manager.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution number 2020-129, setting a public hearing on a local law to override the tax levy limit.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
I think maybe because there are people in the audience and we're familiar with why we do this now and what we do, it might be good to have a little explanation.
Sure. Would you like to do it or?
Well, I can try and then Doug can correct me. Every year as we go through the budget, we never really know until we're complete what our budget will be. And so we put this out there because if we do have to override the tax levy in any fund, we would need to have had this passed. And so the reason why we put it out at the start is sometimes we don't need it and sometimes we do, but we always have it in case.
And I think this year, particularly with COVID and loss of sales tax revenue is expected to be at about 18% so far.
That and the water project.
Yeah, I mean, we have no idea what it's going to look like. So obviously we don't want to do it, but we have to have authority to do so if we need to. So
Doug, do you want to correct us?
You're good.
Thank you.
Any further discussion?
I have a question. Did you want to amend this to include the Zoom meeting, or are we just going to have a public meeting now that we can have the larger groups?
It's a good question. I think if we're going to have personally, I think if we're going to have a public hearing, since we have to limit it to 25 plus have social distancing and all as I understand it right now, we might want to have to do a hybrid or something. I don't know. What do you think, Chris and or Doug?
I think a hybrid may be the way to go. I think it's perfectly acceptable based on the governor's executive order to do it via Zoom exclusively, but it's a matter of taste.
Great. What does anybody else think?
I like the hybrid idea. It's nice to have people who can go to be able to go, and those who aren't comfortable or have issues to need to stay home, that they can still attend it. So I would support that.
Right. Chris Nadler, I don't know if we have to, or Doug, do we have to amend it as long as I put something in the public hearing notice that it's going to be available via Zoom, and that goes out to the newspaper, it goes out on Facebook, it goes out MailChimp. Do we have to amend the resolution, or can we just adopt it as is and just make sure that there's something in the public hearing notice?
It can be adopted as is.
Okay.
All right, so I think we had a first and a second.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution number 2020-130, approval of credit card payment contract for online quarterly water payments.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution number 2020-131, 2020-131, authorization of 2020 budget adjustment for steel waste containers.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution number 2020-132, authorization of budget transfer for water tanks.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
So we discussed this at the finance committee, and there was a fair amount of discussion about whether or not this made sense for the town to spend this money. I know, Gary, you were not at finance, so just wanted to make sure that you were aware that there were some.
I did hear about it. Thanks anyways, Linda, you know.
So
And I would add,
go ahead.
This resolution, Jim put it together. I asked that it be put on our agenda just so that there'd be some discussion of this topic, so that people would understand that there was an option. I've had people ask me about the project and how big the tanks are going to be. And they tell me like what color. I said, well, either the color we have or cobalt blue. And some people say, they're going to stick out like a sore thumb if they're real dark blue. And most people don't really care, you know, what color they are. They're more concerned with the cost of the overall project. So I just wanted to see it on here so there would be some discussion. So if down the road somebody said, why did you guys do that? We'd be able to say, well, we did have a fair hearing of it and this was the result. So.
And I do appreciate that the work that went in to try to find the money to pay for it without raising the budget, but I'm also of the opinion that if we can put this money to the side, because as we all know, costs are constantly going up now, if we can put that money to the side in case we need it rather than change the colors, I think that that's a better use of the money. So I appreciate the work that went into trying to do this without raising the cost, because I do believe there may have been people out there that wanted it sky blue, but my personal opinion, that's not the best use of that that money at this time. So,
well, on the positive side, most of the pipe that's going in the ground is sky blue color. So.
so it'll all match.
Yeah.
I would like to, I'm grateful too. I mean, to have that savings in the very beginning is fantastic. And I'm glad for the number of people who were willing to chime in and voice their opinions with this, and how reasonable people are with realizing, hey, you know, let's just be careful going on. And actually, I drove to Wilson today, right on the shore of Lake Ontario, and I have never noticed so many silos and water tanks as I did on my 2-hour drive today. just sharing that.
I drove around today too to look at different tanks and things, and I looked at the harvesters that some of the farmers have and things like that, and they're that color, I would believe. And and I certainly would agree with what Kathy had to say, is that you know, I certainly want to save the money now in case we need it later on and towards the end of the project. So I certainly would not support this resolution.
So it sounds like we all have thoughts on it. Should we vote?
yes, yeah. I just want to make an amendment to it. I don't know if it was officially amended, but we mentioned Thursday that we noticed a typo, so it should say aesthetics, ASTHETICS, I think, if my spelling be, if that's correct. So if we could just make that amendment to the second whereas.
Yep, I can do that.
It's just a typo, right? So I don't think it requires a formal change.
Yep.
Any further discussion on that matter? All right. So I think we're ready for a vote. All in favor of the transfer for the purpose of changing the color, signify by saying yes. All in favor? Okay. Any opposed?
Opposed.
Opposed.
All right, so that motion does not carry. Thank you again to Jim and whoever tried to find the money to do that. Resolution number 2020-132, approval of a lease agreement with Ontario County regarding the town's water I see another typo, infrastructure improvements on Kramer Road and authorization for town manager to execute agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, if we could just make that change to infrastructure.
Yep.
It says infrastructure improvements. So any further discussion on that?
Yeah, on this one in particular, there's a updated lease agreement that
Right. Sorry.
we just want to make sure that we're having you approve the updated lease agreement. It was sent out, and the change here is number 7. Just trying to grab this real quick so I can highlight this for you guys. Can you see that okay there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the number 7 that was not filled in on the prior. Leases shall keep in full force and effect during the term of this agreement. Insurance and compliance with Schedule B attached here too. So
Okay.
I think there's a typo there too. Sorry. 12 years of Catholic school. It should be EFFECT.
where is that, Kathy? I'm sorry.
Yep.
Full force and EFFECT.
Yeah.
Not
It's
affect.
full force and effect during the term.
Okay. I'll make that note, let the county attorney change it.
Okay. They'll be the spell checkers. Okay, so as to the the updated, I should say, really lease agreement. Do we have a move? Do we move and second that? I think we did.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Any further discussion on that?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, resolution number 2020-134, approval of CME testing contract and authorization for highway superintendent to execute said contract.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution number 2020-135, approval of agreement with Ontario County regarding the town's provision of services for work associated with the water quality project at FLCC et al.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution number 2020-136, authorization of 2020 budget adjustment for FLCC water quality, flood resiliency, and habitat improvement project.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. No, nothing from environmental ordinance. Resolution number 2020-137, authorization to proceed with mixed-use zoning, referral to planning board for advisory report, patio homes on Airport Road.
So moved.
So moved.
Any discussion?
And I would add too, as we discussed, this is just the preliminary look to get their report and come back, that no action is being taken right now. Just so people will know that this is just the first step in looking at this project.
Correct. Anyone else on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution number 2020-1.
Catherine, it's Rocco. Can I interrupt you? I wanted to just talk about that patio home project. We're not going to go over.
What's that?
So you've approved the application, right?
No.
No.
The referral to planning.
We're going to discuss this. Are we going to discuss this anymore tonight, or is that it?
That's it for tonight.
Okay.
It goes to the planning board. We're just referring it to them for a report back from them, Rocco.
Okay, that's what I'm wondering. So it's going to go back to planning board and then come back to you again?
Correct.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Bet.
All right. Okay. Resolution number 2020-138, request to hire summer staff for park.
So move.
So
Second.
second.
Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion
No.
carries.
Could I just ask a question? Doug, do we have any intention of opening Butler swimming area this summer? Or?
We're working on it right now, Terry. We're hoping that by the end of June, we have a target date of June 27th. We're thinking that we may be able to open Butler Road with reduced hours. Part of it depends on lifeguards and the situation and everything, but we're going to make an attempt at it. I was just talking with Samantha about it. We think we might have a solution to at least have some limited hours of that beach open.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Resolution number 2020-139, authorizing payment to Carmery Jensen.
So moved.
So move. Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution number 2020-140, accepting Cheshire Volunteer Fire Department's amended certificate of incorporation.
So
So
move.
moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
I will have that in my office, or I'll put it up in Kathy's desk. I'll need each of the town board members to come in, and then either Doug or I can notarize the signatures.
Okay, thank you. If there's no objection, I'd like to block resolutions 2020-141 to 2020-145.
So move.
Second.
Second.
Okay, all in favor of,
Aye.
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 aye. Okay, as to those resolutions, can I have a motion to
So
approve?
moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion on any of them? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Excuse me 1 second.
Kathy, there was a request to add a resolution. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, yes, sorry, Jim.
Yes.
That would be resolution
So,
number 2020-146.
correct.
All right, I don't have the title of that in front of me if someone wants to.
It's the adjusting of the 284 agreement between the town board and the town highway superintendent
Oh, thank you.
to change, to remove micro paving from 2 roads and increase paving various roads in the town.
Okay. Can I have a motion?
So move.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
Is that one that we have to sign off on again also?
Yes, that will be in the folder as well.
Okay. Thanks, Gene.
You're welcome.
Next, we have approval of town board meeting minutes from May 18th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
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 Any discussion, corrections, deletions? All in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have payment of the bills. Jean.
Utility abstract dated June 9th, 2020, totaling $24,843.90. The general fund of $3,490.53. Highway fund of $398.80. Capital projects of $17,549.43. Water districts of $3,405.14. Abstract dated June 9th, 2020, totaling $299,179. The general fund of $47,083.21. Highway fund of $57,329.04. Capital projects of $176,490.80. Lighting districts of $1,050.63. Water districts of $15,825.32. And trusts of agency of $1,400.
All right.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion to approve payment of the bills carries. Next, we have privilege of the floor. Would anyone like to be heard? Okay, hearing no one. Any other business?
Kathy, just so the town board's aware, we will need to run a special utility abstract. This is the traditional time period. July 1st is the start of our healthcare premiums. So we have to run a special abstract to pay our HSA payments for our employees and those types of things. So you'll see an extra abstract next month.
Okay. Thank you. Our last privilege of the floor, if anyone would like to be heard. All right. Do we need an executive session?
Nope.
No. Okay. I will
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
Third.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. That's it.
Wow, awesome.
Bye, everyone.
Good night. Thank you so
Good night.
much.
Everybody,
Thanks
have
for
a great
coming in,
night.
everybody.
Bye, good
See you
night.
guys.
Good night.
Thank you.
So long.